Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of
The moons I honor thee.
Northern Countdown. I, as usual, am your friendly neighborhood soda, joined by my co-pilots Ben Rayner, and somewhere buried in all that memorabilia is 50 Shades of Geek. How are you guys doing?
Doing quite well. Really looking forward to this topic. This was a great topic you had. This is going to be fun, man. My man.
I'm doing great. I just came back from the movie theaters. I just saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I've been smiling ever since I left the movie till just now.
I can't wait to watch that film, man. That movie was the first one was such a sleeper. Like
This one's better. This one is miles better.
Good.
In fact, you might even say it was miles Tails Prower better.
I knew you were freaking going there because I knew Tails' first name was Miles.
You know what? I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Well, anyways, we're not here to talk about Sonic. If you want to hear his review, 50 will have his review up probably by the end.
Oh, we're not here to talk about Sonic? I didn't agree to that.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, fine then.
So Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh boy. But no, seriously, if you want to see 50's review, definitely go check out his before and after review over on his channel, 50 Shades of Geek. But for now, we are here to discuss the top 5 movie props you would love to own. Now, I'm a really big practical effect prop guy. There are definitely some that I would like to own. I don't think my list is big enough, if I'm being 100% honest. And some of these are like actual things people wore. I got one in here that is actually a practical effects prop. Got one that's very practical. This is actually going to be quite a fun list. I can't wait to see what you guys have.
Now, I have a question. I did the props and I have everything. When you say props, if you have one of these, does it come with the power it has in the movie?
Yeah, for one of my honorable mentions, for sure. Like if I were to have chosen, it's like, yeah, I would like it to actually work.
Okay.
Like the ones I have are more for the practicality sense, but the ones that are honorable mentions, some of them are just because, yeah, I would love to have them if they work.
I have 2 questions. One, I thought we settled on props from movies and TV and pop.
Oh yeah, we did. Like one of mine is from neither of those two. We did.
Oh, okay.
It's just usually when we're talking props, it's like usually people the first thing they go to is movies.
Oh, okay.
Right? They just never think that, hey, there's TV props or hey, there's sports or something like that, right?
Yeah. But second question, are we talking the actual things they used in the new movie or property, or just something like this, a replica?
It could be whichever one you want.
Okay. So I kind of based my list on like replicas like this gauntlet, but I mean, fine. I'd go with the actual thing, you know. And also, I was sort of approaching this as A, if I had unlimited funds, and B, if I had unlimited space in my apartment.
So you would need your own TARDIS.
Spoilers, man.
Of course, it's spoilers.
Come on.
It's just like looking at this like menagerie of stuff and you just see 50's head.
Yes, and I'll tell you this was one of the toughest lists to comprise, because it's kind of hard to find something that I don't already own, including the stuff you can't see that's out of the frame.
Yeah, see, I'm in the opposite boat. I don't really have many props. Like I got a few replicas. I got my Harry Potter one behind me and stuff like that, but I really don't have much. But so let's kick it off. So I guess it's me who starts it then?
Yeah.
So this is the only one that is not from film or TV or anything like that. This is one that's actually from the world of professional wrestling. My number 5, I would love to have a Ric Flair original robe. Now the thing with that is, it's almost every big match he had an original custom-made robe, and I put 3 pictures in the brand that I will bring up to show you what a Ric Flair robe looks like. So this one is from Starrcade 1982. Look at all that with all the sequins and stuff like that. This is one of the most iconic wrestling robes in professional wrestling history. And then there's this one, which is another famous one. This is from the mid-90s WCW run, a gold one. This is probably the picture you see the most. Now, this next one is actually in the Museum of National History in the Smithsonian because it was worn during Ric Flair's last WWE match at WrestleMania 24. And you actually spread it out, and it's got like those Spider-Man style, like that Spider-Man style connective wing between the arms. Such a great robe. They run in excess of 5 figures to buy one.
Wow.
Yeah,
They definitely have.
Cool.
They definitely have a certain flair to them.
Oh yeah. Good pun. And like those are just 3 of them. There's like the lion robe, which is like it's like a pistachio green, but it's got like these like gold tassels. It's really freaking cool. There is the iconic one-off that he wore at Royal Rumble 1992 that actually was missing for many years, and they ended up finding it. And it's on an episode of WWE's Most Valued Treasures, which is pretty cool. Yeah, if you're gonna go from like for attire, like there's nothing close to a Ric Flair robe being at the top because there's a few out there, and they're one of a kind. There's none like them.
So you'd be fine with any, but these are your favorites, correct?
These are the first 3 that I popped up, but yeah, I would be fine with any because there's a lot of good ones. I would like obviously that one that's in the museum. I would never get that. But the lion robe I know is out there, and so is the that Royal Rumble one that I was talking about. But yeah, that's why I would love to own one. If I were to own one piece of a wrestler attire, it would be a Ric Flair robe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, 50. What's your number 5?
Well, due to certain situations that are out of my control, I didn't have time to put images in the brands, but
It's
my
the only
number
one I
5.
have, or just so you know.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
It's just because you wouldn't know what that was. I just wanted the visual aid so you got an idea.
Yeah, I have a feeling that all of mine you guys are gonna know, but my number 5 is Rumpelstiltskin's dagger from Once Upon a Time.
Ooh, good one.
I would love that. And to go to your point, Ben, I wouldn't mind if I actually could control the Dark One from the dagger, but just on its own, it's a magnificently looking dagger. I have these. Maybe I should have put this image in the brands, but I have this picture that I took back in the army of one of my commanders. At one point, had like a sword in his office, like an actual sword, a piece of memorabilia. It was given to him by one of his favorite soldiers that came before me, but it's sort of a gift, a parting gift, if you will. And it feels really good to hold one of these in your hand. It's properly weighted, and it's very fun to swing as long as you don't swing at anybody close to you. As long as there's a wide berth between you and anyone else. But I would love that dagger as the prop, not a replica, as the proper metallic with the proper hilt.
The hero prop from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always cool if you get the hero prop.
That is a great one, 50.
Yeah.
So does that mean if you had that, would you become the top one?
You don't. I mean, as long as if you stab the Dark One with it, you are the Dark One. You don't need to stab the Dark One with it. You can just have it, and you can just control the Dark One whenever you feel like it. It's just,
Shades of Darkness.
Yeah, just be careful not to do that because he doesn't like to be controlled. I would just really like to have the dagger because it's a cool looking dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone pisses you off, you can stab them with it.
And take their soul.
Yeah. Simple. Right?
All right, Ben.
My number 5 is basic, but I don't care. I loved it ever since I first saw it. It's blue. It's a classic blue. The classic blue lightsaber from Star Wars.
Yeah, I contemplated putting a lightsaber on my thing, but it's like, there's other things I actually wouldn't mind owning more.
It's one of my favorite things in all of the Star Wars. That classic blue color. The history it went through from Anakin to to Obi-Wan to Luke to Rey.
Ray.
It is something I love and I would love to own it. Not to use it, just to have it in my possession. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about lightsabers as well. I don't know if I would have gone with the classic blue, even though, God, yeah, that's iconic. I don't know. Probably would lean more to I kind of like Darth Maul's and Kylo Ren's.
So
Actually,
you
if I,
want to go? So
truthfully,
you
if I
want to
did-
go? You want to go to another?
sorry,
You want?
I was well. The reason I chose those two is because they're cool designs. Just like I would actually, truthfully, my number one would be Ezra's. I really like Ezra's lightsaber.
Really?
The gun-
Which one though?
The gun and the lightsaber combo. Yeah, I'm a big
That was
fan. Of
a-
that. And
yeah.
I'm also a big fan of the Inquisitors one, the blade that spins. Oh, God.
Right.
So glad we're
So-
getting that.
Funny, the majority of the ones he picked belong to a dark side. Are you trying to tell us something on that?
Well,
Can you call yourself a soldier from now on?
you know, Ben, some people just want to watch the world burn.
No, the reason I chose those is because of the design of them. Those are really cool designs,
I know.
right?
But
Like,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, with Star Wars lightsabers.
and Ezra's not dark side.
Yeah, I said that.
No, I hit the majority. I hit the majority.
Sorry, I
Number
missed that
one.
word.
But here's the thing: with dark side lightsabers, the dark side lightsabers just look really, really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty
Much
badass.
better than the light side ones.
Yeah.
And I think I can show you some designs from the Old Republic. Those look amazing.
So
But I'm contemplating whether I should or shouldn't say this. There is a website called Ultra Sabers, and that's basically where this comes from. It's practically movie and TV accurate lightsabers. It's in the thousands of dollars, by the way. So don't even consider going there. But it's custom made. So this one is actually the hilt. That's actually Vader's hilt. But it's a blue light. It's a blue lightsaber because I got this one secondhand. That's why I didn't ignite it because it's kind of busted. But
Yeah.
one day I'll have one on my own. But you could get the ones that look like the actual characters used. Like there's Ahsoka's lightsabers. There's Mace Windu's. There's Dooku's. There's all kinds of styles. But you can also make a custom one from a list of parts. So yeah, if you have $1 billion, I highly recommend checking out this website.
If I had $1 million, I'd buy you a house.
A great Canadian song by the Bare Naked Ladies. If
Well, I
I
was-
had $1 million. Oh yeah, great song.
I was actually going for if I was a rich man. Sang by one of the greatest Israeli actors of all time, Chaim Topol, who was also the Israeli voice of Bagheera in the Jungle Book.
And also,
Oh,
one of my
really?
favorite Easter egg bloopers, Easter eggs, is Alfred Molina doing that while wearing the Doc Ock arms. Spider-Man 2. And for those of you who aren't nerds, Gwen Stefani's Rich Girl is basically the female version of Rich Man. It's true. She released the song, but she just changed the gender, and that's it. And it became a hit.
You know, it's funny, when you hit Gwen Stefani, all I imagined was Gwen Stacy. So I was like, what?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Gwen Stacy Fanny.
Yeah, what a mean.
Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so that is now my turn for number
Yeah.
4. So this one is probably the most practical one on my list, because I like classic cars. I've always wanted one. Like I'm not a car buff by any stretch of the imagination. I just think they're pretty freaking cool. So for my number 4, I would like to own Baby from Supernatural.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Not what I thought you were going with.
Like I said, I went practical because, of course, I could have gone DeLorean, I could have gone Knight Rider, I could have gone all those things. But the thing about the Baby is it's already road ready. Like it's just ready to go. You could drive it around. People would just admire it as a cool car. They wouldn't exactly. Some people would say, "Hey, look, it looks like Baby." Well, it is Baby, but it's such a badass car. I've always wanted a muscle car from that era. To So that was my number 4, just for the practicality of it. I'd be able to drive it and actually take care of it.
I thought you were going the Batmobile from Batman 1966.
Yeah, I could have, but like I said, there's just something about baby. There's really something about baby.
No, if you get baby,
Good thing we have context for that sentence.
Sorry?
It's a good thing we have context for that sentence.
Yes, this is true. It's the Dodge Charger. Yes, the Dodge Charger.
If you had baby, would you have Lucille in the trunk with it? Never mind. Never mind 2 things crossed over. Never mind.
Ben, don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams.
I forgot that a Walking Dead thing and not a supernatural thing.
Yeah, but
Heavy Impala.
In an effort to get you guys to stop talking about babies, you know what else would make a really good car to just own? Speaking of Dodge Charger, Ghost Rider's car from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah, that was a nice car.
That was a really good looking car.
Yeah, or you could go Dom's car from Fast and Furious. Like those are pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I had a car in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've got the little. I got this from Loot Crate, but it's the little Chevy Impala, which I can't believe I screwed up the name considering it was right in front of me.
You know what?
I wouldn't mind the Ectoplasm too.
Oh yeah,
It's the Ecto 1.
Ecto 1.
Yeah. But I knew you were talking about.
You know how you clean up a car like the Ecto 1? Because it kind of gets dirty from all the ghost related stuff.
Yeah.
So you know how you clean it up? Ecto Shine.
Oh dear Lord.
Raise your hand in the comment section if you got the reference.
That's a reference from the cartoon, isn't it?
No. It's from Doctor Who. There's my one.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. We're still waiting on the other popular franchise of yours, but
Number 50.
all right, man. What's your number 4?
So my number 4 is something that really irritates me because I keep mentioning this friend of mine that I have. We call him the contrarian around these parts.
Yep.
And he's always rubbing it in my face that he's got multiples of it. But while I would love to have the multiples that he has, and again, context, but I right now I'm really only interested in one, and that one being the Elder Wand. The Wizarding World. First of all, it's such a good-looking wand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instantly recognizable. Like I said, I just came back from the theaters watching Sonic. There was a poster for The Secrets of Dumbledore, which I'm seeing next week. But you can actually see Grindelwald holding it in the poster, and I'm like, damn, that's a good-looking wand. And it's a wand fitting of none other than Albus, Percival, Wulfric, Brian, Dumbledore, as well as Harry James Potter. And I think it's the best looking wand in the series. Although Voldemort's wand looks really awesome too. I like the bone aesthetic, but yeah, the Elder Wand is like the best looking wand in the series. And again, this friend of mine that I keep mentioning, every time he comes over, he comes with like a bag of 50 wands that he got from Harry Potter Land, which I still haven't went to visit because it's too far away and too expensive. But he's like, okay, so this is Hermione's wand.
Your friend sounds like an asshole. I'm not going to lie.
He's a really good friend. But yeah, like I said, he's like, so this is Hermione's wand, and this is Newt Scamander's wand, and this is Queenie's wand, and he keeps handing me out these wands. And like, guess who owns this wand? I'm like, I don't know. I don't look at wands too much. I don't spend all my time admiring other people's wands.
Just talk about context.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, if I like
but
when I got my wand, I got I repped the Harry Potter one, but I wanted the Elder wand. Unfortunately, they didn't have it. They sold out when I went to go get mine.
I
That's the one I
wonder why.
wanted. Yeah, so much
But
so I
yeah.
have I've got it represented kind of on my arm.
Nice.
This
You
is
have
the Elder Wand spot, yeah.
well, it should be the Elder one, but what is it exactly specifically?
So it's
Is
the
it?
Master Sword from Zelda. Like
Oh yeah, the sword. Yeah.
yeah, when I got this, I didn't want replica properties because the original design had a wand on there, as well as the whole thing being the Deathly Hollows. So I took out the wand because the whole thing is Harry Potter. I didn't want another Harry
Yeah.
Potter thing in there.
How many franchises do you have there on that tattoo, by the way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that tattoo is 6 shades of geek.
Right.
In a
There's
way.
a 7th one, but that's the sport one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
7 is the number of Horcruxes. Let's not forget that. 7 is a lucky number.
Whoa! I never could. Oh, whoa! That's an interesting connection I never placed. Damn.
It's a good thing you know me.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Okay, so Ben, you're number 4.
Why is something a little more practical, something I would use often, hopefully. Why walk when you can float? I want a hoverboard. But specifically, I want one from Back to the Future Part 2.
You mean the one he stole from that little girl?
No, probably a Mad Dog.
Yeah, she gave it to him.
It's true.
She has a pit bull now. Leave him alone.
All right.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
And technically they do have hoverboards out right now, but they're not the same.
Not
Yeah, they're not
the
true hoverboards.
hoverboards. Not a proper hoverboard.
I think they're more like hover shoes. They're like separated or something. I don't know, but yeah, I want a Mattel hoverboard, like in Back to the Future.
Yeah, Mattel makes hoverboards. Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty awesome to actually have a hoverboard.
Imagine, why walk? You would never have to walk again.
It's true.
But on the flip side, where you're going with that, you still need roads.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Roads, if we're going, we don't need roads. One of my favorite lines in the movie.
I just had a weird thought coming into to my head. It's like, if there was ever a crossing of the universes, and imagine I almost said Doc Holliday. That's a crossing of the universes. But imagine Doc Brown meeting, just crossing over to the MCU, and he walks up the road and he's like, "And what is your name?" "My name is Colonel James Rhodes." "Rhodes? Where we're going, we don't need roads." I don't know. That's the weird stuff that comes into my head. Pay no attention to that. What's your number 3, Soda?
So this one is actually probably the oldest prop, but these are costume pieces. For this, there was no such thing as an iconic piece of clothing. And 10 years ago, the set was sold for $62,500 in auction. One of Charlie Chaplin's bowler hats and canes.
Of course.
I'm a huge Chaplin fan, to the point in high school I did, for Halloween, dresses of Virgin Chaplin. But to have an original hat and cane of Charlie Chaplin in a glass case in my apartment would be awesome. Because that's film history right there. He was the very first film superstar, and there's nothing more iconic. Like over 100 years later, you show that to somebody, they're like, "Oh, it's Chaplin's hat and cane." They could have never seen a Chaplin film, but they know what that is.
I doubt that. Some of the people I've met, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. Well, tradition in Western culture, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's
mean-
just something magnetic and special about those.
I mean, hey, most people don't even know what this is. I'm not even joking. Around here, like I don't remember if I told the story before, but my mom was a couple of years ago. She was on a work field trip to Hungary, I think,
Mhm.
and there were just two guys walking around dressed as Jedis. And my mom got excited like a little fangirl, and she asked her work co-workers to take a picture with those two Jedis, and everyone just looked at her like she just fell from the sky. Like I'm not even joking. One coworker actually walked up to her and she's like, "Why are you taking a picture with monks?" But so yeah, people
You're
can
not
be
wrong.
people can be very dumb in certain parts of the
That's funny.
not dumb, just unenlightened.
No, I've been getting back into more of a Chaplin kick lately, and when I get a little bit more money, you damn right, so I'm going to finish off the Criterion collection. But yeah, it's just that character and that actor still speaks to me after all these years. Like, I've read his autobiography several times. I've read his life and art book several times. I've watched plenty of documentaries. I've seen all the movies. I'm a huge fan. I would love to have one of the last known hats and canes that he had. They don't know how many are out there, but I think it'd be awesome to own one.
That would be awesome, man. I hope you get one day.
Oh, that's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. That's like
It's
that's
definitely
like
a fight.
2-3 years work without paying bills for me. And that was 10 years ago.
Or paying for food.
Yeah. Basically, if I did all that, I wouldn't get the king because I'd be dead.
Priorities, am I right?
Yeah. Oy, bills. Bitch. All right, 50. What's your number 3?
Okay. Again, moving on to the conversation of bills and such. So, because I had a bit of a rough financial situation the last couple of years, this is something I didn't get, but it's this thing, but the Iron Man version from Endgame.
Oh, the gauntlet.
Ooh.
Yeah, much more hand-sized. And yes, fun fact: the gauntlet from Infinity War, the one that Thanos used, was a left hand. The one that was used in Endgame was a right hand.
That's right.
So, yeah, but regardless, it looks like it will be so much fun to actually, being able to hold it without having to tilt your entire body to one side, and it's much more properly weighted, and maybe even like Ben is doing, actually move the fingers around, and just holding it without busting your hand open because of.
Well, there's
so
one
heavy.
way to get around that 50. Just completely bulk up your left side.
I mean, it's not just that problem. I mean, hold on, you can't. Let me just show you. All it's got is this little handle there. You can't actually do much with the gauntlet itself.
Lame.
But yeah,
Cool. But lame.
so all you can do is just hold it. And now I'm even more buried than I already was.
First
but
world
yeah.
problems.
So I would love to have a complete collection of this, the Iron Man one, and the one that the Hulk used in that same movie. Only problem is I'd have to grow several extra hands.
Mm.
But someone actually suggested to me that well, this is the left hand. I could do Hellboy's hand in the other hand because it's the right hand.
Oh.
Imagine walking around like that. Imagine punching somebody with both these hands.
Yeah, they would get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But is it because of the power of the Infinity Stones, or it's because the literal power of hell?
There you go.
There you go. That would be pretty cool. I didn't know they made that. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say I didn't know. I'm not surprised they made that drop.
I actually did see a Hellboy hand piggy bank,
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool.
but again, rough financial situation, couldn't get it at the time.
Yeah, I know the feeling that prevented me from getting the limited edition Funko Pop of Tony when he's about to snap.
The snapping Tony.
Yeah, the snapping Tony. And the cool thing is, if in the dark, it actually it lit up like in the colors of the Infinity Stone.
So does this thing, by the way. But
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's kind of a process having to do that. So that's why I don't do that very often.
No, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Benny boy, you're number 3.
Mine is my number 3 is more broad. Is not from one specific thing. It's more from a couple of things. It's from the Arthurian legend. Excalibur.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Nice.
You have that sword in my collection. That would be totally badass.
Mhm.
But
I wouldn't even want to use it. I wouldn't even want to stick it up on my wall and look at it.
yeah, like the commander I mentioned earlier, just have it hanging on your wall.
Yeah.
But to that point, if you're choosing Excalibur, I already chose the dagger. We kind of know that there's a bit of a connection between these two blades.
Yeah, one is meant for good and one is meant for evil.
Yeah, but my question is, are you going to have to fight me for it, Ben?
No, because I'm not choosing the Excalibur from once. I'm choosing it from everything else.
Oh, okay. Every other version of Excalibur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty cool. I just watched Excalibur, the movie, for the first time last year. That's a pretty damn good film.
Who's in that one again?
Helen
Remind me.
Mirren, Liam Neeson.
The Liam Neeson.
This was one of
Yeah,
his
Liam.
earliest films. Yeah. Hold on, I'll bring up the cast list real quick.
That's yours. That's the second sword you have on your list, Ben. It's a pretty impressive list so far.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine riding your hoverboard with both these swords, slashing people up.
Don't forget, the lightsaber isn't on all the time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just said imagine riding the hoverboard with both these swords drawn out, slashing people.
So these are the names you'll recognize in Excalibur. So obviously Dane Helen Mirren and Liam Neeson. Also Gabriel Byrne. Patrick Stewart. Kieran Hines. And do you recognize 50 the
Kieran
name?
Hines.
See, Kieran Hines.
You sure?
I've always heard
I,
it as Kieran. It could be Siren. I don't know. I've just always heard it as
I,
Kieran.
I always thought it was Syrian. Okay, never mind.
And 50, do you recognize the name Clive Swift?
Is he the father of Taylor Swift?
No.
And
Voyage of the Damned.
who? He was
The tour guide for Earth.
Mr. Copper?
Yeah, he's in this movie as well.
Sweet. Nice.
I knew him from Keeping Up Appearances as Mr. Bouquet, but yeah, he's in this as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
that.
the movie that's right up your alley, 50.
Excalibur.
Well, I think you'd like it as well.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I bought it for relatively cheap on iTunes last year. I think like $5.
Nice.
All right.
Well, okay then. So my number 2 is the only special effects thing on my list, on my 5 list. I didn't know this existed up until a few months ago when I saw it appear on Adam Savage's tested videos. And what happens is sometimes he's friends with the curator of the prop store, which is an auction house for movie memorabilia, and I love going to the site to see what they have. Now this one, it's fairly big and surprisingly still functional. It is the Batwing from 1989's Batman. It actually has a functional figure in there with the head turns. The guns come out and actually work. That's what they use for the shots in the movie. It's pretty cool. The only thing is it's been repainted a few times and you can tell, but it's still badass. Like, oh my lord. I would love
Or should we say bat
ass. Badass, yeah. No, I mean, like, that's probably my favorite shot of that entire movie is when it flies up into the moon. And when I saw that thing still existed and it's like somebody could own that, holy shnikes. That is my number 2. I would love to own that from Batman 89.
Have you ever played? Go ahead, Ben.
I mean, you're going to hit. I think 89 has best vehicles like gadgets out of all of the movies.
There's also
Right.
another one from that movie that does appear in my honorable mentions. That's actually a prop, but yeah, the Batwing. Woo. Like I said, it still works.
Have you ever played the Injustice games?
Yes.
Because in the second one, I think, or maybe the first one, I can't remember, but one of them in Batman's sort of finishing move or super move, I can't remember what it's called.
It involves
He
the
actually
Batwing.
does use the Batwing and he flies up on the moon, like in Batman '89.
It's
And the
pretty
thing
cool.
is, yeah, I was playing this game with some friends, and one of them, as soon as that happens, and he noticed the shot of the moon, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's from Batman Begins," and I'm like, "Dude,
Close. Close.
yeah, close, better movie, but that's not where it comes from."
Mhm. Yeah, just when I saw that, and just to see like I said, everything still works, and just to see the details like that's cool. That's cool. That's one I would like hang from my roof.
Hmm.
I would just have to make sure my roof can support it.
It's pretty. It's
Yeah, you know what? The roof to fall in on you.
Considering I have people living up above me.
well, you could just remove the people.
Trust me, there are some days I wish I could.
Yeah, I know what you're going through, man. I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that? If you ever come back, we'll kill ya!
There's your Lion King reference, you son of a bitch.
I can't believe it. I can't believe how well that worked. Oh wow!
Wow.
Oh, it just came out of me. Again, context, but should we move on?
Yes, that was great. That was one of the best segues.
Wow, that was epic. That's fun for the books.
It was basically I just lobbed it to you, and you just knocked it out of the park.
Well done, 50. Well done, my man.
And so
I would clap my hands for myself if I could move, but okay. So my number two, my number dos. I kind of thought of a more miniature version before you mentioned the actual movie props.
Mm.
Now I'm kind of contemplating. I just want the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Yeah, I figured as much, but yeah.
That's your only punt so far.
Yeah, we're getting
Oh,
better.
man, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of got a spoiler earlier, but never mind.
Yeah, well, come on. All right, then. So, Ben, what is your number two?
They might make me evil, but I don't care. I like the power it does, and I don't know if I would use it or wear it or look at it. I want the fucking ring of power, man.
You talking the Lord of the Rings Ring of Power?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh dear Lord!
Like,
Listen, I don't know if that makes me evil or whatnot.
Are you
but
referring to this ring, Ben? Can I get a full screen, please? I can barely move. Still not enough, but yeah. Are you referring to this ring,
Sorry,
Ben?
hold on.
The Precious.
yes, the precious. I want my precious. Give me back my precious.
Well, sorry to disappoint you, Ben. I'm all the way over here, and you're not getting this Precious.
And you're not getting the one tattooed on my arm. Because that would be creepy.
Even though you're closer, I'd be very afraid if I were you.
Truthfully, if I were to get like a necklace or pendant, like I used to have the Dean Winchester's one. I used to have that, but if I were to get one now, it probably would be the ring.
Yeah.
It is a cool prop that I would love to have.
It's iconic.
I don't know if I would wear it or just look at it, but an actual ring from that movie. That's great.
I would be very
So
afraid
you-
if it actually worked.
So you mean like the one from The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
From that episode that they find the ring?
That's a top 5 episode for me.
Never seen it. At least I
Absolutely.
don't remember seeing it.
What?
I Don't think I've seen that episode.
It's an early one.
It's really good, man.
Is it an early one?
Yeah.
Then it's a good chance I did see
Season
it.
2 or 3, I think.
3, I think. The Nerd and Penny were
Yeah,
together.
that's how I'm working my way because it's not one. It's not season 1. It's definitely from when Leonard and Penny were together the first time around.
It's funny when Sheldon sneaks into the room and Penny punches Sheldon in the nose.
Yes, it's season 3. I have seen this. I saw the first, I think, 4 or 5 seasons. I have seen this. I should go back and rewatch it. Yeah.
One of my absolute favorite part from that episode is after Howard explains the whole thing about only 8 of them were made for the movie or whatever, and one of them was lost or something, and he's like, "So this is the actual ring prop," and then they're all just sitting there in silence, and then Sheldon's like, "Mine," like one of the seagulls finding Nemo.
Gotta love Sheldon Cooper as a character.
Yeah.
Well,
sort of.
Hmm?
You either love to hate or you hate to love, but it's a very lovable character. And you know what? One of my other favorite moments from that episode is, look, we all have really good ideas on what to do with the ring, but your ideas are stupid, and I want a jet ski.
Yeah.
Your ideas are dumb, and I want the jet ski.
That was Ross, I believe, right?
Yeah. And it's such a great way of telling it like it is. Your ideas are dumb, and I want a jet ski. Well,
How funny is that moment when Sheldon gets the ring in his dream and he washes it off? He looks at himself and he sees himself as Gollum.
Okay, I gotta go back and rewatch that episode then.
And that moment when he tries to steal while Leonard and Penny are sleeping, he's like, "Give us the precious!" No.
Yeah, now the more you guys are talking about it, I do remember seeing the episode. It's for some reason not sticking with me, so I got to go back and watch this because, as much as I did fall off the Big Bang Theory, those early seasons were funny.
You know what? That one gets a lot of hate. It's a great
unfortunate. I liked all seasons. I think
it's like anything that got too big. There's always going to be haters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So that's why I appreciate that we have a very small following.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? No kidding. Yeah.
Hi to one.
It's probably one of us. It's not me, but
It's not me.
Might be my mom. I don't know.
Yeah, but your mom usually comments.
Weird. Yeah, but she says that by the time she finishes writing a comment before we move on to the next topic, that's where she stopped commenting. Maybe that's the case.
Oh, maybe. But let's do on.
Whoever you are in the watching right now, leave us a comment and say hi.
Let us know who you are. All right, let's do our honorable mentions. So I will start with mine. So I've got Longclaw from Game of Thrones, Jon Snow's sword.
Okay.
This is a prop that if I had it, I would love to use it. The Deluminator from Harry Potter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Of course, a functional sonic screwdriver.
You know what? There are sonic screwdrivers that work as universal remotes.
Yes, I've seen those. I have seen those. I
would love to have one of those.
Yeah, me too. Of
or
course,
two, one for the TV, one for the air conditioner.
Ooh. Reverse the polarity.
Of the nutrient flow.
Yeah. Of course, a TARDIS. That's on my honorable mentions. This is the other Batman 89 prop, the Joker's gun. Because that would be pretty cool.
Is that a Joker gun in your pants, or are you just excited to be on the show today?
I've got short legs, so I don't know how well they would fit in my pants. And then the other prop is Rambo's knife. Probably from Rambo 3. I would go Rambo 3's knife. Because every movie they get bigger. But yeah, those are my.
I wonder if he's compensating for something.
It's because the movies are getting more violent. In the last one, he legitimately rips a guy's heart out of his chest. I'm not kidding.
Kalima!
I popped so hard when I saw that in the theaters. I was like, yeah!
So he moved to Temple of Doom.
Yeah, think about the last Rambo movie like this. It's the Taken movies if they were rated X, like rated hard R, like for violence. Oh yeah. Okay, your honorable mentions 50 if you have them.
Okay, I feel a little too PG after that one, but okay, maybe it's because I just came back from seeing Sonic the Hedgehog. But I would love all 7 Chaos Emeralds
Mm,
on display, and maybe there will be a display of all 7 with the Master Emerald in the center. That could be really cool.
I would be surprised if they actually do release that as a
As-
collector's item.
Yeah, I would love it if they do.
Mm.
Also, to match your shirt there, Soda, I would love the glass rose from the Beauty
Oh
and the
yeah.
Beast. I would love Aladdin's magic carpet just
Ooh.
as a carpet to put
Mm.
on the floor. And
Ow, ow.
Rafiki's staff, because why the hell not?
That would be pretty cool. But that one you could probably make.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, Ben. What about you?
Okay, my first honorable mention might be a deep cut. If you ever seen the show Family Matters,
Yeah.
I want the what?
I said, yeah, I seen it when it was airing, but
I want the transformation chamber.
oh, you
the
want
thing-
Stefan?
what?
You want to become Stefan?
Yeah. When
Nice.
he steps into as Steve Urkel, comes out as Stefan Urkel. I thought that was the coolest machine.
Yeah.
And then my second honorable mention, I forget the technical name for this, but the beamer from Star Trek.
Oh, you're talking the holodeck?
No, we're like somebody beams from one place to another place.
Yeah,
The-
oh,
The transporter.
And transporter?
Yeah. Fun fact about that. Fun fact
What?
about that. The transport chamber from the original Kirk Enterprise, the floor was then used as the ceiling for the transporter in the Next Generation Enterprise.
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
My third honorable mention, I want the Schwartz ring.
The what, sorry?
Schwartz ring of the Schwartz.
May the Schwartz be with you.
That would be pretty cool.
My fourth, Elder One. My fifth, the Flash ring.
Oh,
And number 6, the crystal from Smallville where he flows in and then becomes the Fortress of Solitude.
oh, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
You know what? What else I would like to make an addition to my honorable mentions? The Baby Yoda's cradle from the first Mandalorian.
If I'm gonna add,
I already have the little guy in Lego form.
I got him a Funko Pop form eating cookies. Actually, I'm gonna add one based on Smallville, and I would love to have a Hero Legends ring.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, really? You mean like this one?
Yeah, I've got the prop, but I would love a screen used one, like an actual ring. Yeah, no, I think I've got the same one as you do because I got mine in all the power rings, the Lantern power rings from a comic book store. Probably the same ones as yours.
Okay, I have a question. You have the ring. When do you time travel with it? What year would you go
So-
to?
I would use the same logic as I would do with the TARDIS. I would like to travel to go see how some of the most famous unsolved mysteries of the world happened, like what happened to Amelia Earhart, that type of stuff. That's what I would probably use it for, to see.
Yeah,
to
but
see
you're probably better off using the TARDIS because you kind of have to travel to the middle of, in midair. And obviously the ring can grant you the ability to fly, but
Yeah,
you kind of don't want to be there when Amelia Earhart, goes through the thing.
yeah. I mean, like, okay, that was probably not a great example, but because for that one, it would probably be better to be the TARDIS that way you're flying up in the air. But I mean, but that's kind of where I would go with it. Is I would travel back in time to see what happened to the OK Corral, for example.
Right.
What really happened, because there's still some debate on what happened there. Or again with Old West, did Billy the Kid actually die that night in Fort Sumner? I believe he didn't. I believe the evidence points to the fact that he survived it, but I would like to see what really happened.
Right.
Make sure you don't lose the ring, though.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, because you
Super
don't
Bowl
want you don't want someone coming up to you and asking you, "Do you have the wing?"
Yeah, that would be cool. All right.
Okay, so
Did you
what's number one?
So my
What's
number
number
one,
one?
it's a little bit of a recency bias because you and me, Ben, were reviewing the series now, but I would love
I had no feeling. I had no feeling.
the whole attire of Indiana Jones, the hat,
Oh.
the coat. I would probably wear the hat all the time, but I would love to have the hat, the whip, the coat, the satchel, everything. Because it's Indiana freaking Jones, man.
For a second, I thought you were going to say the Ark of the Covenant.
Fuck no, I like having my face, thank you very much.
Yeah, why would you want that?
Actually, that would be a pretty cool Lego set like they did for the Friends and stuff like that. Would be the Ark throne room from Raiders. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely go with that because, like I said, I would probably wear the hat all the time. I would get like a mannequin to put it on because it's Indiana Jones, man. That's like one of the most iconic costumes in film history.
It's so iconic that Chip and Dale used it a
Exactly.
few times.
And I cannot wait for that movie. Based on
Me
the trailer, I
too.
cannot wait.
I love it. I'm surprised how much I love that trailer.
Me too. Me too. Like Mythbusters actually did an entire Indiana Jones episode, which is pretty cool, and Adam Savage, of course, did it dressed as Indy. But yeah, it's just like I was saying to Ben the other night. It's one of those costumes. You know what it is just from the silhouette. You know who it is just from the silhouette.
And there's also a couple of really funny Indiana Jones references in Sonic the Hedgehog too. Just saying.
Ooh, now you've got me even more intrigued. But yeah, that's what I would do. Is I would have on full display, like Barney has a stormtrooper suit. I would have Indiana Jones's costume.
Right.
All right, 50. You're number one.
I think we all know.
Do I even need to say it?
No.
Just,
No.
you know, a TARDIS. Who wouldn't want a freaking TARDIS? First of all, it's the best time machine in the history of.
Who's strangling the cat?
Well, it's going back to the earlier conversation of Neighbors. Yeah, but yeah, and right during my TARDIS gush, but yeah, easily. I'm sorry, Ben. I love the DeLorean. Clearly, the TARDIS is the best time traveling machine in the history of the universe. So what if you don't always pilot it correctly? It doesn't take you to where you want to go, but it always takes you to where you need to go. And it's bigger on the inside. No one knows how really big that thing is. And it's shaped like a police box. You can actually fit one in my apartment and just walk in, and it's an entire room in it. And even if it's just just the prop, the actual prop of the TARDIS, I have space for it in my apartment just to have that. There is one in a mall in Tel Aviv that I went to a couple of years ago. It's kind of disheveled because people are assholes, but just standing next to that thing is just great. I'm so happy I got to go to the Doctor Who experience back when it was still around, and actually got to be on several different TARDISes on the inside of it, most of which was boarded up, but yeah, it's the TARDIS. It's iconic, man. And
I've always wanted to do this, and I actually think I might do it this summer. I've always wanted to paint the door to my room here like the TARDIS.
With the police logo on the top and everything?
TARDIS blue, everything. To make it look like the door of the TARDIS. There was this pub that unfortunately closed down because of the COVID-19 pandemic that I loved to go to in Vancouver. I would take you guys there in a heartbeat. Stormcrow Tavern. The door to their back exit was painted like the TARDIS. And that's when I was like, oh, I never thought of that. And I've always wanted to do it. And now that I own my own apartment, I could do it because I have a 6-panel door that would work perfectly with.
Nice. Obviously I can't reach to the TARDIS that's over there, but if I can flick the switch and turn it on, you can actually hear the engines of the TARDIS. It's one of the best sounds.
My bedside lamp used to do that. It doesn't make the sound anymore, unfortunately.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Like I saw a great post by somebody a couple of weeks ago. Like, no sound in the universe is as iconic as the sound of the ignition of a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And underneath that was a picture of a TARDIS and saying, well, maybe not. Most, I can't remember the exact thing, but maybe one thing is as iconic as lightsaber.
I don't know, man. I still feel like no matter how big Doctor Who is, it's still relatively niche compared to a thing like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I agree, it's pretty big. There will be a lot of people who know what TARDIS is, but I got a feeling that there's a lot of people who wouldn't know what that was. More than you think.
Heathens! You want cultured swine?
But yeah. Okay, fun question. If you were to travel in the TARDIS with one person from the series, one, who would it be?
Do you even need to ask me?
Well, which version of the Doctor then?
Well, any, really. But obviously my favorite is
specifically though that you think would be more fun than others.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, my favorite is Tennant. So
okay, so Tennant. Yeah, mine would be either Smith or Tennant.
I know who wouldn't be.
I'd go traveling with her. Come on.
What's your number one, Ben? I see what you're doing.
Trying to bait him, you bastard.
Like, I already said my Lion King piece. I'm good, man.
Okay. We already called it out before. It's not fucking DeLorean. I want to travel in time. I want to travel around in it. And for me personally, it is a coolest time travel thing around. I love it. I love that it flies. But my favorite is the physics version. No flight, just it's great. I love it. I want it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing like the DeLorean. Like that is iconic.
Of course he's gonna pull it up.
Of course. That is just iconic. Like there's nothing like it to think they wanted to do a refrigerator at first.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those.
Me too. That's like the one prop I'm actually sad I don't have out of this menagerie of stuff.
They're surprisingly easy to get. Like I paid $70 for this.
Not here.
Online? Easily. My uncle's probably gonna kill me when he finds out I took it out of the box because he's one of those collectors, but yeah. I had to take it out of the box because the batteries died. So I was like, well, I might as well just leave it out of the box.
But yeah, when people always ask me, what's your favorite, which car would you like to own? First of all, I always say a flying one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I had to pick a car that I want to have, it's the DeLorean. And it's my number 2. So originally I was considering just the prop like the one you have. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would love to have it as a car, even though I don't drive as much. Just having it and just owning it.
Yeah.
Again, approaching this as if I have limitless funds and limitless space, just having it in a garage and not ever taking it out because I don't want to damage it, and also because I don't enjoy driving as well. I think I've ever driven like once or twice in my life.
Oh, I remember
aside from
his license earlier than I did.
It is something I really wish I owned. Mm-hmm. And I would even go to the 1800s or 1776. Those are my 2 favorite times in history.
Nice.
Here's a question, though. Do you think it takes longer to travel in the DeLorean if you're going further away from where you are right now?
No, it's instantaneous.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just think. I mean, if you're trying to travel thousands of years, would it be also instantaneous?
It would be exactly the same. Once you hit 88 miles per hour, you're there.
Okay. Just gotta make sure that there was road there, where you are in that particular place.
You never ever seen Matt Hill Houston Part 3? He travels to the Old West, and it is nothing but sand and ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, just okay. Assume you're traveling all the way back to prehistoric times. Just make sure there wasn't a cave or a wall wherever it is you're driving, because you have no way of knowing how the landscape was.
Right, like
Thousands-
Back to the Future 3, they're going towards the wall of the theater, and all of a sudden, boom, he's being chased by Native Americans.
And then cavalry.
Yeah, that's right, in the cavalry, yeah.
You know what? I love Matt Hill. I love... Matt Hill 3 gets a little too much hate, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me,
I mean, not too much hate. It ain't get enough love. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
When people love it, like it, man, I think it's even better than most people think.
I agree.
yeah, to me, all three of them are perfect. Like, I love the
Right.
Star Wars and the Captain Americas and the Toy Stories of the world, but to me, that is the best movie trilogy of all time.
Well, how I see it is,
It's
Star
definitely...
Wars is my favorite franchise, and Back to the Future is my favorite trilogy. None.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'd actually would have to agree. If you're looking at it just as a film trilogies, like before Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones would have been it. But yeah, Back to the Future is definitely top tier.
Yeah, and speaking of Back to the Future 3, we all know that Ben is a master of quotes from that movie, right?
Shut up, 50.
Hey,
Shut up.
you started it. You started it. You didn't expect me to lie down and accept it, didn't you?
Hey, Jesus. No, definitely not. You're very good at that.
Oh, you're talking, oh, God. That came back, you hurt me twice.
Do not mess with me, Mr. Rayner. I am a guy you do not want to fucks with.
Get back in here.
Okay, you know I love you, but just I'm a Bershavian, okay? And the thing about us Bershavians is we don't get people back right away. We wait.
You're a
Take
who?
our
What now?
time. A Bershavian, that's my city.
Never heard
But
of
the city of Abraham. But
Oh.
the thing is, we don't take our revenge right away. We wait, we plot, we plan it out. We don't necessarily know exactly when we're going to get people back, but when we do, they never see it coming, and we always get our revenge, even if we have to wait years for it.
My
So
favorite instance of that in any form of media is in the Shapoopy episode of Family Guy. It's the episode where Brian borrows money from Stewie, and the whole episode he's being like the violent loan shark and like blows his knees out. So that, where's my money, man? Where's my money, man? Where's my money, man? Beats his head in the toilet. But then Brian's like, you won't know where, you won't know when, but I will get my revenge. End of the episode, they're walking down the street in London. There's a double-decker bus. Brian just pushes Stewie right in front of it. You just see Stewie flattened like the Garfield thing, and just that's how the episode ends. Best.
And they did a callback to that in another episode, I think,
Oh,
where Peter is just having a bit of one of his phases, and he just spits tobacco into a cup. And Stewie thinks that's like a juice that he left on the couch or something like that. And he's about to drink from it. And Brian is like, no, Stewie, wait. And then he's got like a flashback of, where's my money? Buff, buff. You're going to give me that money? Or it's like, actually, no. Yeah, you can have it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That's me, Ben.
Well, good to know. So never piss
Yep.
us
You're
off.
Yeah.
Which, if you're like that, we have to show you the episode of South Park. Scott Tenorman Must Die. Oh my lord!
You know, you don't have to. I know enough about that episode. You don't have to show me. Thank you.
That's
I'll-
talk about getting delayed revenge. Holy crap!
And revenge is always sweeter the longer you wait. Spoken like a true Bershavian, but
All right, before 50 gets his revenge on us, let's wrap it up. That was actually a pretty good list. What's your topic for next week, 50?
I could be an Avenger with my revenges. But speaking of Star Wars, I think we talked about Star Wars enough time on this show. So this week, the new Lego Star Wars game just came out, and I played it a little bit on Twitch a couple of days ago. I'm planning to do one later tonight, so make sure to join me for there. But it kind of got me thinking. My topic for next week is which. Oh yeah, sorry. Bit of a lost my place there. So about 2 days before the game officially launched, TT Games has announced that they already have the next game in development, and they already put out a job listing for the next game. And in the official release, it said that it will be based on a major IP. They didn't say what it is, but let's just have some fun with it. So, what do you think that game is going to be, or rather, what are top 5 picks of the next what we want the next Lego game to be?
So what franchise we want to see Lego do?
Yeah, in this new revamped style of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Now, this could be either a completely new and original theme that they never tackled before, or a game that they already did do at some point, but could really benefit from the new revamped style.
How is it, by the way?
What?
How is the game, by the way? I haven't bought it yet.
It's really fun. The levels themselves are a little disappointing because they're really, really short, but the rest of the game is so cool and so great. So fun, and you're having so much fun actually playing through the entire movie that it doesn't really bother you. Basically, the levels have kind of been reduced to like a really short 5-minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you're basically playing through the entire movie, and the levels are just in the way. So it's forgivable. And it's got so many characters. It looks amazing. So many places to explore, and very, very, very few limitations. So
I depending on how big my first paycheck is, which looks like it's gonna be pretty decent, I might actually buy it.
yeah. But
Yes, Phil.
hopefully, again, it's a good start. It's a good direction. This is how I want Lego games to look like in the future going forward. But there's definitely some room for improvement, which we might get in this next IP. Which, just think of which ones you want it to be, and this isn't really much of a caveat. It's more of a friendly advice. Try to make it, something that would make sense for a Lego game. So
I've actually got one right now. I'm just looking at my movie collection. I just spotted a franchise I would love to see.
okay, but where I was going with this is, even though we all love Perry Nemiroff, I remember back in the day she suggested a Lego Slashers franchise.
Okay. If you were to do an adult themed one, that would be pretty funny. If you were gonna do that, but like Legify it, oh my lord! Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
but just try to make something that kids would want to play. Like I think
no, for sure.
they were kind of pushing it with the Indiana Jones games and the Lego Jurassic World ones. I mean, hell, they made The Simpsons in Lego, so there really is no limit to their potential. But try to at least make it PG-13 at the maximum.
So no Police Academy. Got it. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No animal help.
Or Austin Powers, but
Ooh,
this could.
No, Austin Powers. You could easily PG that, and it would work.
Okay.
You could. That's.
You know better than I do, but
But I think that would work. Honestly, I think that one will work better in the old style.
Hmm.
Without the language, I think that would work better with that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But one final point: you can actually choose something that doesn't have a Lego theme yet, like
Nice.
Austin Powers and the rest.
Nice.
You know what? You know what would be fun? Mel Brooks one. One with all the Mel
That
Brooks
could really
movies.
work. That could really
Spaceballs
work.
specifically. Spaceballs specifically, I think would work the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun topic, Disney. I can't read news not like this.
Yeah, me neither. I'm actually already starting to think about it.
I already have my list.
I've already
Great.
written down one that I think this would actually be fun. All right, so 50. Where can everybody find you?
As soon as I'm done putting all this stuff back where it belongs, you can find me on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. I'm in a few minutes. I'm going to be uploading my before and after review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Spoiler alert! I kind of liked it. You can also find me, as I mentioned, on Twitch playing Lego Star Wars: the Skywalker Saga. You can also find me every Saturday or Sunday, depending on which works best for all three of us, on Northern Countdown, this show you just watched, hopefully. You can also find me every Monday on The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, talking about, well, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. We're I just earlier today I pre-recorded the second episode of Dalek Month, and yeah, if you like the Daleks, you're gonna like this one. So watch it or be exterminated. Your choice.
Okay, then. And Ben, what about you?
You guys can find me at on my YouTube channel, Multiverse of Geekdom, every Monday on TikTok, every Tuesday. Tonight Academy, we're going live starting this week at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and every Sunday on One with Ben at 7 p.m. Pacific, and right here on Northern Entertainment Group every Thursday on the one that take the soda here, and every weekend right here on Northern Countdown. I think I have everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. Holy shit, there's Whoa, that's a lot of spam. Oh, we got hit by bots in the comments. Dear Lord. As for myself, soda_the_saxman on Instagram and Twitter. All the shows that these two gentlemen have mentioned that we do together. Plus, you can also find me on the Squared Slice every Wednesday over on this channel, Northern Entertainment Group. Not gonna lie, this past episode of the Squared Slice was probably one of my favorite episodes of anything I've ever done. And then also later today at 2:30 Pacific time, you'll see me over on the Let's Get Ready Network on the Dropkicks, where myself and Dagan will be reviewing the going-ons and happenings of the week in professional wrestling. So definitely check that out. So on behalf of myself, Ben, and 50, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Tell us what are some movie props you would love to own. And so we will see you next week, where this is going to be a fun topic: Lego video games. All right, folks, you have yourself a good weekend, and we will see you next week.